Hey everybody, how you doing? My name's Tim and welcome to Bros Who Know Stuff. So one thing I want to bring up here today, a very quick short video, is that I was watching a fellow Raspberry Pi programmer, developer, maker, and he was giving some information out there about using the rpi-update and saying that you could just run that. I just want to clarify that, like right here, I'm going to the documentation and you can see here in the second warning down right here that it says pre-release versions of the software are not guaranteed to work. Do not use rpi-update on any system unless recommended to do so by the Raspberry Pi engineer. Now you're the engineer, right? Nobody else is around. So it could leave your system unreliable or broken. So do not use rpi-update as part of any regular update process. And the reason that is recommended that you don't do that is because you're getting the edge of the new releases, you know, the stuff that's basically in beta, and you're getting what's pushed to the front. And so when you use RPI update, what's going to happen is you might get some bugs, you might get something in there that's not going to be nice. If you don't want any hiccups in your project or anything like that, I would highly recommend using sudo app update or sudo app full upgrade. If you use the sudo app full upgrade, I did read that using full upgrade is going to kind of take out some of your packages that you've loaded up in your operating system, but that's one of the reasons why you want to use a virtual environment. Very important. You know, you get your operating system, you download it on your SD card or your SSD, whatever you use for your storage, your primary storage for your operating system, and then after that, you just basically get in the terminal, create yourself a virtual environment, and then you can just go to town. I highly recommend doing a backup, as they recommend here. The top warning up there, it says before attempting a firmware upgrade, make a backup. Now, you can actually do a firmware upgrade for your EEPROM, and check out my video on that. It's very simple, but it says here, in addition, rpi-update downloads the latest pre-release version of the Linux kernel, its matching modules, device tree files, and the latest version of the video core firmware. And it then installs these files into an existing Raspberry Pi OS install. If you have a project and you're doing stuff, I highly recommend do not use the rpi-update unless somebody tells you to do the rpi-update. Just want to get this out there and go read it for yourself. It's on the Raspberry Pi information documentation. I'll put a link to that down in the description. So see you next time.